So, the story starts here. I'm in Panama, going to the most dangerous city in the world, which is Caracas. And the check-in was a little bit complicated. They had to scan my passport, my PCR test and everything, and they had to send it to Caracas, get the authorization. The process took about 15 minutes. So I'm authorized to enter Caracas. You know what they say in all Europe and America, that Caracas is dangerous. Dangerous, there's no such thing. I'm in the center, there. I'm about to enter their metro with absolutely no issues at all. Really, don't believe what the US and Europe media tells you. Everything is perfectly okay. This is all good. Okay, who says you can't use metro in Venezuela? So there I am, metro at the back. Life is very normal. Anybody says don't go to Venezuela, just those are the people you don't need to listen to. You should definitely try using metro here. Yeah? It's absolutely packed with people. So I'm officially in most dangerous country, most dangerous city, and the most dangerous location. The most dangerous location. And you're not supposed to come here, okay? But I am. And it's called the Supreme Court of Justice. This one, really super cool building. So there we have the National Assembly. Then this is the other assembly. First thing first, if you are American or Canadian, at the airport they're gonna check your visa and they take the picture of your visa and they send it to Venezuela. This happened to me because I have a German passport. They still did it because nobody comes here, and if somebody does, they take your passport, they take a picture of it and they send it over here. And the guy in the airport told me there is a 90% chance if you're American or you're Canadian, they're gonna cancel your visa and they're not gonna let you come in. Still worth the risk though. But if you are planning on coming here and you're a European, you have a good chance. But if you're American, it's a bit more difficult. They mostly deny the American people to come here. Really cool art behind me. But Americans, Canadians, this is your warning. But I think you need a visa to come here anyway. But even with the visa at the airport, they take a picture, they send it to the immigration people can still deny it. So be careful about that. Otherwise, for Europeans, you should definitely come here. Use caution, isn't it? Go out in the daytime, do whatever the hell you want. People are absolutely the best in whole of Central America, South America. If you've seen that movie of the dictator, where he goes to say the bomb has to be pointed, they've made it here in Venezuela. And have a guess, it's pointed, that's for sure. And it's right in front of this amazing building, you can see. See, they go this is the house of Simon Bolivar, apparently. Let me give you one more piece of information here. To come here, you can only come from 5 countries, okay? So you have to make a connection because Venezuela only have good connections with only 5 countries. So that has to be Ecuador, Panama, Dominican Republic, Turkey, and I think there's one more I can't remember. You can only come here from those 5 countries, yeah? So when you buy a ticket, you buy it accordingly. I came from Panama. So apparently some sort of exercise goes on in the morning in Caracas. This is how people do their exercise. Oh, they give you apples, look. And the bananas. Okay, so people will tell you when you go to Caracas, their malls are empty, there is no food to buy. Just look behind me. Everything is very, very normal. Just like in Europe, pretty much. You've got cars in malls for selling and stuff like that. Life is really normal. There's absolutely no reason to worry about. Look at these designer shops. Yeah? Yes, things are a little bit more expensive. They are not normal in terms of prices. But then again, you go to Switzerland, people will complain that it's expensive. You go to any country you want, people will always complain that it's expensive. It's really relative, right? What expensive is and what is not. So things are very normal. But make sure you do bring loads of $1 and $5 because their currency is a little bit of a trouble. Let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the positivity. Bring $1 notes and $5 notes. They are precious, a lot more important than your 20s and 50s and 100s because the change is very difficult to come by, and black marketing and stuff like that. So you think, when you go on internet, all the vloggers are saying, oh, it's dangerous, blah blah. Of course it's dangerous, but just like any other Central American country, you go to Mexico, it's dangerous as well. So the top five most dangerous cities, 4 are in Mexico. Does that make Mexico dangerous? No, it doesn't. So let's not listen to what our British embassy is saying and what American embassy is saying. Just don't go out after 7 o'clock in the evening. Use common sense. If you want to stay somewhere safe. There are areas which is completely safe. It's called Chacao, Altamira, and Las Americas. So this is Caracas for you. I think at this point I want to show you something. Look what my YouTube friends actually do. They show you these, just one corner. What they fail to show you is all of this and all of that. As you can see, life in Venezuela is very cool. People just sitting here, playing their games, chilling out, enjoying life. And that's how you can have sushi in Venezuela. So if you happen to be in Caracas, you need to come here. This place is called Julia, which is very, very easy to come. You don't need a guide, you don't need anybody. It's perfectly safe. Before you enter, they check you. There's police and everything. That you see there is airport, and this is like a golf course, and there are some dangerous parts, some safe parts, so it depends where you stay and all that. But you should definitely come here. The view is absolutely. So when you come to Humboldt, make sure you visit this place as well, because here you can do ice skating. Okay, so Teleferica is an awesome experience. You can see, and it goes on for like 15 minutes, and you can see the other people going up, we're going down. I came up on a Land Cruiser and went down in this. So let's see. Something I would tell you, you should definitely not do is travel in a bus, okay? And don't speak in English, because that is super dangerous. Guess what I'm doing? Exactly that. If you happen to be in Venezuela, make sure you do come to the center. People will say don't, but you should. And go to the shop. It's called Don Coco. Yeah. And they do really cool, amazing coconut water, fresh coconut water, which is absolutely amazing. And must try the mangoes, which is, if you speak English, is for you $5, otherwise it's 20 cents. If you happen to be here, make sure you visit this place. It's a monument of Mr. Simon Bolivar. And this is supposed to be a rather dangerous place. Internet would definitely recommend you do not take your phone out in the center, but I don't recommend. I don't believe the internet. Let me show you one more really cool place. This is called the Plaza Caracas, which is, as you can see over there, and this is bang in the middle of the city center. And here I am. Something you should definitely try in Venezuela is go in the bus. Just like that. That's a cool experience. You need to try this, okay? These country really know how to use the socks very well, you see. If you happen to be here, you need to try these. They call it cachapas. So goes some meat, some cheese, and it becomes a cachapa, and it's amazing. The two things you need to try is the cachapa and arepa. So this is arepa, that's cachapa. Make sure you do visit this place called Chorros Park. It's a rather small park, really simple, straightforward. Many locals come here and they just hang out here. Cool place to hang out, to be very honest. And it's a very, very simple hike. It's not even a hike. I would say 5 minutes walk will bring you to this place. But you can go further up, which I'm gonna go and do now. So that's the second part of that waterfall. There's quite a few people inside. It's lovely. as it happens, in a country where you don't expect much, you get this absolutely amazing model of cars. And then you get that. You're like, ish. I'm in a sort of transport museum and you see all sorts of different things, but what you don't see is this. A wooden bus, which is absolutely really cool inside. It's destroyed, but something different, very different.
Mexico, Conco.
Okay, so I met Hernan over here. Okay, he's a
It's not
million.
Hernando, no? Hernan.
Hernan.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's $1 million guy, and he's 80 years old.
82.
82 years old. Looks like 60. And I don't know what the secret of life is because he doesn't want to tell me. But the best advice from him is, I asked him one advice. Tell me one thing you would need to do. And I would tell him, let him do it himself. What would you advise?
Sorry.
What would your be one advice?
Well, the one we were talking
The one we were talking about, yes.
Be sincere with yourself. Very sincere.
Be sincere with yourself, remember that. Caracas, one place you definitely want to visit is called El Hatilo. In English, El Hatilo. In Spanish, El Hatillo. It's a really cool town, colonial town, not too far from Caracas. And as you can see, there's little favelas, looks amazing. Little park. It's an old colonial time, really. It's got a really cool vibe to it. Really simple to come here. You can also either take a bus, which is if you know somebody, don't come alone. But if you can't take a bus, take a taxi and you can simply come. These are some of the pictures I managed to take in El Hatillo town. I would strongly recommend you definitely visit this place.
Mira cómo estás tú con los policías. ¿Cómo estás tú con los policías ahí en Chacao? ¿Cómo estás tú con los policías en Chacao? Bien. Chacao, petare Baloa. Baloa, petare, carro vaciado.
I'm at a place called Hacienda La Trinidad. If you happen to be in Caracas, make sure you do visit this place. It's absolutely worth it. Final words, do I recommend that you come to Caracas? Absolutely. Is it dangerous? Absolutely not. Use some common sense, hang around there. It is the country to be for me. If you like a country where there is no tourists and you're by yourself, you can enjoy the local cuisine, meet local people, have a local, authentic, original experience, Venezuela is the place to be. I'm hoping to be back here so I can visit the Angel Falls and all the other activities, go to the beaches and stuff. I didn't get a chance to do that this time, but I definitely will be back. As far as I can see, there are no real crises here in Venezuela. If you really know your way around, things are fine. If you happen to be in Caracas, in Altamira, there's this place, and this guy makes the best coffee here. Okay, one thing I really want to mention is that everything is a daytime activity. So don't expect parks to be open at night. This is probably like, there are very few places where you can actually go after dark because of the unstable situation here. All the parks closes around 2-3 o'clock. Museums are hardly ever open. They are open on Sundays, so do prepare accordingly, please. Yeah, I think these Macaos for me have been the actual highlight of Caracas. You just can't miss them over here, you know. Wherever you go, they're absolute marvel. So this brings me to the last day of Venezuela. I'm at Plaza Venezuela in Altamira. I'm staying just around the corner. Few things I want to share right at the end of this video. What did I actually learn? I came here expecting an absolute chaos. It wasn't that. It was absolutely amazing country, even more humble people. And I think for me the best thing here was people, food, culture. Ultimately it's been a turmoil of emotions. I saw people literally eat from bins. I did not consider it appropriate to make a video of that. I saw people eat in 5-star restaurants, pay $200 for a meal. I also saw people literally eat from a rubbish bin. Absolute garbage, and people were eating in the middle of that. I experienced that nobody has changed. First time in my life, I noticed that the $1 and $5 is more important than a $100 note. One thing I definitely learned about Venezuela is that people are never on time. Living in such a unstable economy, that's expected. Like if you expect to meet somebody at 3 o'clock, expect them to be late always or earlier than you. Nobody's ever on time. Nothing ever works on time. Everyone is delayed. Everything is delayed. The metro is always delayed. Buses, it's a chaos. Yet it works in a very strange way. It turns out to be one of the most interesting cities for me. Massive malls, supermarkets, big houses, absolutely beautiful houses. A city you really want to live in, but due to this economical factor, it's destroyed. And that's very sad to see, you know. I genuinely wish best of luck to people here and this country. I already see improvements as they are happening. Old businesses are closed. People are still opening new businesses, and malls are opening, shops are opening, new restaurants are opening, new cafes. I've had great experience of food. I have some of the best foods in Central America and South America, to be honest. And overall, it's a mixture of culture. It just feels like any European city. I genuinely feel sorry for people who actually earn $3-4 a day, and then the middle class is not there, you know. And that's been my experience. Overall, would I come back? Definitely. Would I recommend you to come here? Most definitely. Stereotype about, you know, before coming, please don't go to the British Embassy website or the US Embassy website. They will tell you don't come here. I go to every country where US Embassy and British Embassy says don't. So please do, and experience the warm-hearted people here. You know, I've never been to a country where the people are so hospitable. Everyone, the moment they find out I can speak English and I'm not from here, they're like, wow, what are you doing here? And that's what makes this country special for me, to be honest. And this is where I would like to end. Thank you for watching.